Yikes, that's our plane. No time for a cold open today. We've got places to go and things to see in California. Why, you ask, would someone who lives in one of the most exciting cities on the planet choose to leave it all behind and jet off to the state next door? Well, watch and learn, my friends. We are going to give you our top 7 reasons why. But first, don't you just love when the takeoff path swings right over top of the strip? A short 40 minutes or so after leaving Las Vegas, we are already descending into Burbank. Yes, we could have driven, but that would have taken 4 hours, not 40 minutes. Tell you what, we love this airport, the way you deplane directly onto the tarmac and how the luggage carousels are outdoors. Because it's mere minutes from downtown Burbank, this airport is often used by Hollywood types. I actually remember being on a flight with Brad Garrett, and we both stood chatting while waiting for our suitcases. All right, we got to get this out of the way first. The top reason many folks travel here is for those world-famous theme parks. We're going to start with the oldest of them, Knott's Berry Farm. We just love how Knott's always reinvents itself for each season. Starting as a modest ghost town attraction in the 1940s, Knott's has grown to a 57-acre amusement park with over 40 rides. The rides run the gamut from a stagecoach to an old steam train complete with train robbers.
How long you all been together?
Way too long. 41 years.
I'm sorry?
41
Oh,
years.
no, I heard you. 41 years is way too long. You need to move on. Change it up a little bit.
To modern coasters. To be honest, though, even if you don't ride the rides, Knott's has so much to experience. These clips are from the annual Spring Boysenberry Festival. Not only is the place all themed for Walter Knott's famous berries, but the food itself is as well. The merchandise for sale matches the theme: Boysenberry Festival to holiday. We also love that back-in-time aspect of the place, particularly Ghost Town. The Undertaker, the schoolhouse, the modern woodcarver, and the music. Now, if history, particularly Western history, interests you, don't miss the Western Trails Museum with its carefully curated collection of over 30,000 artifacts. And finally, make time to visit the Birdcage Theater at those times of year when the live productions are going on. These are can't-miss theme shows and plays. Date-wise, Disneyland was the second theme park in Southern California, opening in 1955. This is the only Disney park designed and built with Walt himself supervising, and that makes it extra special for us. On Main Street, you can find the original park bench where Walt first dreamed of a place where parents and children could have fun together. Disneyland has the largest cumulative attendance of any theme park in the world, nearly 800 million visitors. There are 9 themed lands throughout the park's 100 or so acres, and there's no better way to get the lay of the land than on the Disneyland Railroad. It circles the entire park. There's something for everyone, from classic originals like these to thrilling coasters. A big dose of Americana. And the company's first animatronic human figure, Mr. Lincoln. He made his debut at the 1964 World's Fair in New York.
At what point shall we expect the approach of danger? By what means shall we fortify against it?
The California Adventure side of the park adds 72 more acres, celebrating all things California. Our favorite section on this side is Radiator Springs, where you can step into the classic movie from 20 years ago, Cars. Back in the main park, the most celebrated recent addition to Disneyland is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Designed by Disney's Imagineering together with the team at Lucasfilm, it depicts a village outpost on the remote planet Batuu. And the theming is incredible. A replica of the Millennium Falcon can be found here, home to a motion simulator adventure ride. You'll encounter characters wandering about. And on the outskirts is what many consider the best theme park ride ever made, The Rise of the Resistance. There's nothing quite like a Disney park to escape reality for just a while. Last of the triple threat is Universal, a theme park that's an offshoot of one of Hollywood's oldest and most famous film studios. What started as a tour of the studio's back lot grew into a full-fledged theme park, the first of many for the brand. The park celebrates Hollywood and movie making, including the narrated studio tour that travels through sets and streets. And unexpected shark attacks. There are lots of themed areas that tie in with famous Universal movies. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter is the largest themed area in Universal's upper lot, with great architecture and movie props. Jurassic World is based on the movie franchise and features a raptor encounter out front of the ride.
You're done. Walk away slowly to show her you're not afraid. Oh, did you just squeak at her, ma'am? Yeah? Okay. She says thank you.
The most recent immersive attraction is Super Nintendo World, opened in 2023 and celebrating all things Mario and Luigi. A day at Universal is definitely a great day in California. Reason number 2, the Pacific Ocean and the unparalleled access we have to it all up and down the California coast.
Well, hello. We are at Point Mugu on the Pacific Ocean. It's been forever since Dale and I were here. I love it here. He loves it here. Our hearts beat faster being at the ocean. Look how beautiful it is.
Point Mugu is a state park that features 5 miles of ocean shoreline with dramatic rocky bluffs. Overcast weather doesn't dim our enthusiasm. We love how the water changes color, becomes more green than blue. This is a wide sandy beach in Oxnard, a town that boasts 7 miles of pristine, uncrowded beaches. When we're here, we often find ourselves daydreaming about what coastal living might be like. This beach, located in Ventura, is probably the one we have visited most often. It's called Harbor Cove Beach, known for those gorgeous white sand dunes. Not only does it provide a sweeping view of the entire coastline, but the shoreline is so well protected here, it's been dubbed Mother's Beach. Watching the surfers battle the waves is one of our favorite pastimes at the coast. Not only do we love a beach, we're also fascinated by marinas. We desert dwellers just gravitate towards water, I think. This one is at Ventura Harbor Village. The focus here is on commercial fishing. This is one of the largest offloading harbors for squid, aka calamari. But there's plenty of room here for pleasure boating as well, whether you're lucky enough to own a boat, or lots of options for water recreation rentals. The marina just happens to span alongside a seaside promenade that itself is a fun place to spend the afternoon. There are 35 boutiques and restaurants. And who knows what might just land on your shoulder. Not that far down the coast is another harbor and marina where we've enjoyed a getaway. It's called the Channel Islands Harbor. It was built back in the 1960s and 70s as a recreational harbor and offers more than 2,000 boat slips, along with marina facilities. It encompasses 310 acres of land and water and is owned and operated by Ventura County. Here, too, you'll find commercial fishing. Speaking of seafood, how true blue California are the beach shacks serving up the best fresh fish. This is Neptune's Net in Malibu. The original restaurant was built on this spot in 1956, and it's still here churning out food, beer, good times, and even movie settings for decades. The Net is open every day of the year, offering ocean views from their patio.
Here we are, we're at Neptune's Net, and the cook knows us, invited us to go ahead and vlog the place. This place is legendary. So he just brought us calamari on the house.
And what'd you get?
I got fish and chips, and you got shrimp and chips. It's all fabulous. Big thumbs up, Neptune's Net.
Not quite as old, but every bit as popular is Andrea's Seafood over in Ventura. Since 1982, this family-owned restaurant has earned accolades for its hand-battered fish and chips. But me, I can't resist the shrimp basket.
It is the best. Just the best.
Around the side, Andrea's is also a fish market, selling fresh local fish for you to prepare at home. On the topic of food, We cannot fail to mention California agriculture and how vital it is to feeding us all. California produces more than half of all U.S. grown produce and is the world's 5th largest supplier of food. We just love driving through farm country. Family farms like Underwood and Moore Park not only grow produce, they sell at farm markets and offer pick-your-own opportunities. They're also a great place for fun family activities and seasonal festivals. All right, let's take a spin through a farmer's market. This one is at Channel Islands Harbor. It's held every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and features more than 30 local farmers. The market here is a unique coastal shopping experience where you can buy the freshest produce, eggs, flowers, handmade products, and more. You know us, we are history buffs, and where better to experience history than a museum? It's for sure we won't find a maritime museum in Las Vegas, so we have to check this one out. The Channel Islands Maritime Museum was launched in 1991 and is dedicated to preserving and interpreting maritime arts and culture. The museum houses a world-class maritime art collection, and the ship models on display trace more than 3,000 years of seafaring history. The entire life's work of Edward Marple, one of America's foremost ship model builders, is here in the museum. Its mission is to share the wonders of our maritime heritage and humanity's relationship with the ocean. We particularly like these vignettes of life at sea in the early days of ocean travel. There is an exceptional gift shop on your way out, beautifully stocked with sea-themed items you'll have a hard time resisting. I just have to say that this museum was exceptional. We now find ourselves up the road a piece in Simi Valley. There is an exhibit at the Reagan Presidential Library that is right up our alley. It's called Cowboys, History and Hollywood. It's a temporary exhibit that's only here until April 19th. We toured the Presidential Library itself in an earlier vlog. We'll link that in the description box. This exhibition combines two things. As the museum promo puts it, it explores the real-life grit and the silver screen glamour of the American cowboy. In other words, blending true history with Hollywood myth-making. There are displays on firearms used to guard the herds from thieves and predators, not to mention for hunting game. The gun belts are works of art. There's a chuck wagon. And the interesting contents of a cowboy saddlebag. Along this wall, a collection of saddles. and the clothing items that we identify with the classic cowboy look. The hat, chaps, gloves, Levi's jeans, and a buffalo coat if you herd cattle in Montana. The lower level of the exhibit is all about the tools of the cowboy past and present, and the importance of the beef industry. Barbed wire was introduced in the 1870s, putting boundaries on the prairies, but it had its advantages as well. Branding came to America from the Spanish, a practice that identifies ownership of both horses and cattle. Modern methods of ranching and handling the business of beef now include not only the horse, but also helicopters like this Robinson R-22 two-seater. This tool is great for inhospitable landscapes and has revolutionized ranching. There is a section devoted to rodeo and the celebration of the skills necessary for cowboying and handling cattle. We love those early rodeo patches and buckles. And check this out, rodeo footage from way back in 1894. At this point, the exhibit switches gears to the show business of cowboys with a specially made video by Wyatt Earp himself, Kurt Russell.
Tombstone was one of the wealthiest places to live in the United States in the 1880s, and the women especially, they dressed up.
These artifacts were used by an early Western show couple, Frank and Bernice Dean. And you cannot talk about Wild West shows without mentioning the biggest name in that genre, Buffalo Bill Cody. We now arrived at the area celebrating the movie Western and the camera that won the West. There is a short hallway here devoted to movies and movie posters all through the 20th century, ending with those mementos from the Lone Ranger. As fans young and old, this is the best section in the whole exhibit. In this corner, a tribute to Roy Rogers and Dale Evans and their equally famous co-stars. These are the actual animals. Trigger, the smartest horse in the movies, Bullet, the German Shepherd, and Dale's horse, Buttermilk. There are costumes from the Lone Ranger. John Wayne. To Robin Williams as Teddy Roosevelt. Marty McFly's outfit from Back to the Future Part 3. And apparel from the closets at Yellowstone's Dutton Ranch. Plus, Gene Autry's guitar. Debbie Reynolds' saddle. And Marshal Matt Dillon's chair. For anyone interested in the cowboy, either real or on screen or both, this is an excellent exhibit. Perhaps we saved the best for last. Is there any better place to capture the sunset than on a sandy beach at the Pacific Ocean? Sit back and enjoy. I'll put on some appropriate sunset music for you. And let me just say, experiencing a vivid sunset behind a marina isn't a bad way to end the day either. We realized putting this one together that we could go on and on. There are so many things we never touched on, like Hollywood. But it is time to catch an eastbound plane and head for home. We board the same way we deplaned from the tarmac. As we taxi down the runway, we get a perfect view of the new terminal under construction. The existing terminal at Burbank has been there for 94 years, and now it's definitely time for an upgrade. This new and improved version is due to open in October of this year with 14 gates and lots more space. Barely 35 minutes later, we are making our descent over the east side of Las Vegas. Next time you visit Las Vegas from faraway places, consider adding a stop to SoCal to your itinerary.
Well, my friends, I want to say thank you for coming along with me. It was actually me on that Southwest flight just a week or so ago. And yes, it was the first week of assigned seating. We'll talk about that some other day.
Okay, we showed you what we like to do in Southern California. How about you folks that live here in Las Vegas or around the world that has done some things down in Southern California? Let us know down in the comments, right?
Yeah, we're really interested. I'm sure you noticed. We sort of skirted Los Angeles. We went to Orange County. We went to Ventura County. We didn't do LA at all.
No, but I think what we did are all the things that we really love to do, especially going down to that ocean. Oh.
Yeah, it's the water that lures us. No secret there.
All right, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these nice people, Miss Paul?
Dale.
What's that?
You cheated them.
I did.
They didn't get to hear the opening tagline that they all wait for.
I tell you what, then you just move over here a little bit. All right, get ready because this adventure ends right now.